I'd like to call to order the March 2025 Bridges and Tunnels Committee meeting. Are there any public speakers?
Good afternoon. We have 3 members of the public registered to speak today. As a reminder, we ask that all public speakers adhere to the MTA's rules of conduct and decorum. I would also like to remind our public speakers that in the interest of time and fairness to all speakers, we limit everyone to 2 minutes. Please be aware of the clock in the front of the room and the warning light you will see reminding you that you have 30 seconds left to conclude your remarks. The first speaker will be Jason Anthony. Following will be Maddie Bucky's Highland, followed by Murray Bowden.
Good afternoon, Haida, and good afternoon, Kathy Sheridan. Jason Anthony, the transit guru. It is good that we're seeing great numbers regarding congestion pricing. And we love to see high numbers, and we should keep with those high numbers because we love to see revenue coming into the MTA. Cassie, we will love to see more update regarding those who evade the tolls because I would love to see those numbers and what is the continuing efforts with NGC partners, for example. What is the efforts throughout the Northeast between the MTA and other states? And what is the what you have if there's any effort to correct the report regarding the National Transportation Safety Board regarding some bridges in our area? Because in that report, it mentioned the Verrazano-Nawers Bridge, which I raised concerns in the past. I want to know if your team has done any analysis regarding the bridges that the MTA owns, if we could get any update. And that'll be all for my testimony this month. I'll see you guys on Wednesday on the food board.
Thank you. The next speaker is Maddie Bucky's Highland, followed by Murray Bowden.
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me okay? Okay, perfect. I'm sorry about that. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Matty W. Bucky's Highland, and I'm an advocate for people with disabilities. For the Bridges and Tunnels Committee segment today, I do want to emphasize one thing about the bridges and tunnels. I'm looking at the congestion pricing data report. It's good to see traffic down and revenue up, which I'm looking forward to seeing what the congestion zone is like when I go to the Port Authority board meeting on Thursday at 2 Montgomery Street in Jersey City, New Jersey. It'll be nice to see how much smoother the traffic is. We will see. And I applaud Kathy and her team for doing a great job maintaining the bridges and tunnels safely with new signage and stuff like that. So with that being said, everybody, please have a great day, get home safely, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next and final speaker is Murray Bowden.
Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. My name is Murray Bowden. Greetings to you all. One of the things that's happened at the Federal Highway Administration, the person who is in charge of markings and things like that, comes from the industry where they understand that consistency is safety, which means that if all lines on the left are yellow and all lines on the right are white, the amount of data that has to be processed is reduced a lot. I'm not used to this stuff, but I'm getting used to it. It's your responsibility, Kathy, to see that all lines on the driver's left are yellow. And you can do it. You know the manual as well as I do. I can't do it, but you can. It'll make it safer. You taught me that safety is consistency. And with driving cars that drive themselves, reducing the amount of data that they need is crucial. It's up to you. And to the number of people who I've worked with over the years at the MTA, age has required me to communicate with you this way. Maybe in the future I'll be able to come to a meeting. It's been a pleasure meeting you all, and thank you for letting me at least put my 2 cents in.
Thank you. Madam Chair, that concludes the public comment.
Thank you.
done.
Rose, since we have no quorum, we're going to move February minutes to next month's, I guess, minutes. Next month's meeting, excuse me. Kathy, you want to take us through any changes to the work plan?
Sure. There is a change to the work plan. We're going to move the revenue recovery report from this month to a future meeting. Also, the fourth quarter 2024 diversity report for bridges and tunnels is included in this month's committee materials on page 40, and an MTA-wide diversity report was provided at the diversity committee earlier today.
Okay. Okay, Kathy, thank you. And why don't you start off with your report?
Sure. Good afternoon. As our agency evolves, I want to continue to provide organizational updates to the committee. Earlier this month, in accordance with our bargaining agreements for the 20 and out retirement program, and as a result of continued attrition in our workforce, we transitioned TBTA officers, sergeants, and lieutenants from the Whitestone and Throgs Neck bridges to our other facilities. The MTA PD and New York State Police are actively patrolling and providing safety and security for these eastern facilities. And the transition has gone smoothly. I want to thank Mike Kemper, Chief Tom Taffy, and their leadership team, as well as Marlene Thompson and Chief Charlie Chavez from the TBTA leadership team for their hard work in making sure this transition was invisible to the public.
So, Kathy, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. So, on both the Throgs Neck and the Whitestone, there are no TBTA officers or sergeants anymore?
No officers, sergeants, or lieutenants.
Really?
Right.
So-
That happened on March 6th.
And you're right, since I drive those every day. I haven't noticed anything. So who, if, God forbid, there's an emergency, what happens?
MTA PD has staffing there full-time.
Okay.
And New York State Police is also there on a regular basis.
Right, I see them sometimes at
Yeah.
the approaches. Okay.
And if you,
Okay.
further details, Tom could talk to.
And the decision to do that was because it wasn't necessary, or?
This has
we
been a
didn't
long time
see it?
coming.
Okay.
It's really based on attrition of the workforce.
Okay.
The 20 and out retirement was bargained with both SOBA and the BTOBA. And in that bargaining, we talked about the moving of staff from some facilities to other facilities.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Sure. Turning to enforcement, it's been just over a year since TBTA facilitated the launch of a multi-agency law enforcement task force, stepping up action against those who use obstructed, altered, or counterfeit license plates to evade not only paying tolls, but the law in general. Earlier this month, it was my privilege to welcome Governor Hochul to the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge, the same facility where she presided at the inaugural task force operation in March 2024. Along with our MTA police colleagues and partners from NYPD, the New York State Police, New York City Sheriff, New York State Department of Motor Vehicles, New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission, U.S. Park Police, Port Authority Police, and the New York City Business Integrity Commission, we once again reinforced our commitment to this timely and important initiative. We are also pleased to welcome both the Nassau and Westchester County Police Departments to this effort going forward. As Jano stated a year ago, and no less relevant today, persistent toll evaders cost the MTA money, and that could be reinvested into mass transit. So these attempts to cheat the system and essentially are the same as stealing from the public. Now, with a year of targeted operations under our belt, as you read about in the governor's press release last week, results have yielded over 900 arrests, more than 40,000 summonses, and over 4,100 vehicles towed, and identified those responsible for more than $53 million owed. We are committed to this continued joint operations and will not stop until we eradicate this ghost plate activity. I would like to add that TBTA officers, MTA PD, and New York State Police are out there patrolling our facilities each and every day, ensuring safety and serving our customers by responding to incidents, managing traffic, and enforcing the law. Rest assured, they are also looking to stop any vehicle with an intentionally obscured or fake license plate. I will continue to say, don't let this be you, pay your fair share. Another key component of our successful business operations is the legislation we are pursuing, and we thank Governor Hochul for her support. A critical goal for our agency is to prevent the damage inflicted by illegally overweight trucks that cross our bridges, the oldest of which are nearing 90 years in age. These overweight vehicles cause stresses that reduce service life through repetitive overloading. We see trends in freight indicating heavier trucks, perhaps as an effort by some companies to save costs, by reducing the number of trips and counting on the low probability of being pulled over. Overweight trucks are roughly 5 to 8% of crossings on our bridges. This translates to an estimated $30 million per year in structural damage. Traditional law enforcement using static scales, manually administered by law enforcement on site, who pull over trucks based on visual observation, are effective, but with an estimated 500,000 annual overweight trucks, we can't possibly keep up. The on-road enforcement can also be disruptive to traffic and puts our officers at safety risk during those traffic stops. New York City DOT is successfully using weigh-in-motion, or WIM technology, as a pilot program on the BQE triple cantilever, where they have seen a 60% reduction in overweight trucks. To build on this success, TBTA, along with New York State DOT, the Port Authority, New York State Thruway Authority, and New York State Bridge Authority, is seeking authorization for the use of WIM technology to keep overweight trucks off our roadways. WIM is a better solution as it identifies all overweight trucks crossing a detection point 24/7 with accuracy and redundancy. The use of WIM will identify substantially more of these vehicles and serve as a serious deterrent to this illegal practice. The governor also introduced 2 proposals to make sure our employees and contractors go home safe each and every day to their families. The first proposal, to allow automated speed enforcement in activated work zones. Limiting vehicle speeds through roadway work zones is obvious and should not need justification. It makes practical sense, protects workers and vehicle operators, and most importantly, can save lives. The New York State DOT and New York State Thruway Authority have been successfully piloting this program, and we are seeking it be made permanent and expanded to include TBTA facilities. The second proposal involves worker assault. We stand in support of enhancing protections against assault of all transportation workers by seeking passage of a bill to expand the categories of workers under this protection to include bridge, tunnel, and tolling facility workers. Our workers deserve protection against assault. Period. Lastly, we use all the authorized methods we have available to recover revenue, but we can do more with more tools, such as VIN blocks for registration renewals, lien placements, and generally stricter law enforcement measures. We will pursue expanded revenue recovery methods and look forward to your continued support. Thank you. Any questions?
Andrew, I have a question, but I'll go ahead, Andrew, go.
Okay, thanks. Kathy, on the weight restrictions, do penalties get worse the more infractions that a vehicle gets? Do the penalties keep growing, or is it the same fine or whatever it is?
I'm going to defer to our law enforcement folks or our engineering folks who've done a little more research on this.
So the maximum penalty is based on the traffic and vehicle law that we have established. It's at $3,850, I believe.
You might want to
Steve,
speak
we
right
can't
into.
hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. As I mentioned, it's we have a maximum set based on the current vehicle and traffic law of $3,850. The system measures the weight of a truck as it moves, and it measures both axle and total vehicle weight, and it's based on that amount that the violation is established.
So it would be the same penalty for each infraction, basically, is what you're saying?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And Kathy, who's carrying these bills? 2 of them are the governor's,
All 3 of these are in the
all
governor's
3,
proposal.
all 3 of these
In
in the
the
governor's
budget,
proposal. Okay,
yes.
great. So hopefully they get passed. Okay, wonderful. And then you said the VIN number legislation. Anyone, are we hoping?
That's
where would
another
that-
tool that we would like to see in the future.
Okay, and have we approached anyone to carry it, or?
We're pursuing a lot of different
Great,
avenues at this point.
okay, good, thank you.
Sure. And finally, this week, we are launching social media with a video about enforcement. We did let him get out. So if you don't pay, your car goes away, so don't let this be you. I want to thank Shanifa and the customer comms team for their great creativity and partnership. Finally, there are no procurements this month, and this concludes B&T's report.
Oh, thank you, everyone. I guess I need a motion to adjourn. Andy? All right, all those in favor? See you all on Wednesday. Thank you.